Have you ever gotten close to financial stability and then created a new problem, almost on schedule? The invoice goes unsent. The money gets spent. The promising opportunity suddenly feels like a terrible idea. Or a new payment appears just when the old pressure was finally beginning to lift. You reach for the shore, then rebuild the storm. If that sounds familiar, this may not be a lack of ambition, it may be a pattern. Welcome to Money Patterns Decoded. Money is never just about money. It is a pattern. Today we're looking at the false finish line pattern, using a financial goal to escape discomfort instead of building a stable way of living. We'll look at what happens psychologically, connect it to a principle from inner alchemy, and finish with one small rule you can practice today. No blame, no magical thinking, just a clearer view of what your behavior may be communicating. The first clue is timing. Everyone makes poor financial decisions sometimes. Income can be too low, emergencies happen, clients disappear, a market can change. Those realities matter, and not every setback is unconscious self-sabotage. But when the same disruption keeps arriving at the same stage of progress, pay attention. You get almost current on your obligations, then stop following up on money owed to you. You build a small reserve, then buy an upgrade that creates another monthly payment. You're close to making a sale, then disappear from the conversation. Sometimes the pattern looks like overwork. You finally have momentum, so you accept more commitments than your time and energy can carry. Sometimes it looks like withdrawal. You stop sending proposals just when your offer is gaining traction. Sometimes it looks generous. You give away the money you were finally able to keep because keeping it feels selfish or unsafe. And sometimes it looks like ambition. A new project, a new tool, a new course, a new obligation, all appearing just before stability does. Here's the psychological mechanism. When scarcity has been familiar for a long time, the nervous system can mistake uncertainty for normality. Not because you want to suffer, because struggle has a rhythm you recognize. A crisis gives you a clear task. Find the money, solve the problem, make the payment, survive this week. Pressure is exhausting, but it is also familiar. Stability creates something different, open space. And open space can feel like exposure. Imagine you finally have $2,000 set aside. Instead of feeling relief, you start scanning for something to fix. Who am I when I don't need to rescue myself? What do I do with money that has no immediate assignment? Can I trust myself not to lose it? The mind may prefer a familiar problem to an unfamiliar possibility. That's the mechanism. Be careful with the word sabotage. It should never become another weapon against yourself. Shame adds pressure, and pressure often sends people back to the behavior they're trying to change. The pattern is not proof that you're broken. It may be a learned strategy that once helped you navigate uncertainty, but now keeps recreating it. Most people don't see their money patterns because they live inside them. Awareness first. Action second. Inner alchemy gives us a useful warning. Dissolving an old identity is not the same as destroying your structure. You reach the shore. Don't burn the bridge. A traveler escapes danger, arrives safely, and then destroys the bridge because it reminds them of the journey. It feels like victory, but it also removes a route for repair and connection. In money terms, don't turn a reserve into a crisis just to prove you're still the person who struggles. You can become someone new without destroying what supports you. That's why the financial goal can become a false finish line. You load one number with every hope: safety, worth, freedom, emotional completion. Then, as the number approaches, the old identity asks, if I'm no longer struggling, who am I? The answer cannot be self-destruction. A savings target is useful. A revenue milestone is useful. But no number can complete your identity for you. Here's the reframe. Wealth is not a finish line you cross. Wealth is a pattern you practice. You earn. You keep some. You spend with intention. You make a mistake. Then you repair it without turning the mistake into a disaster. A stable financial life is built through repetition, proportion, and relationship, not one dramatic arrival. One shift changes your financial destiny not because it creates instant wealth, but because it gives stability somewhere to live. So here is today's practice. After your essential expenses and required payments are covered, choose a small amount you can leave unassigned for 24 hours. $5 or $10 is enough. It must be realistic, not theatrical. Protect it, don't spend it, donate it, invest it, or move it around just to feel productive. Don't skip a bill, delay a debt payment, or move money away from an obligation to perform this exercise. Write one sentence. This money is being held to practice stewardship, and it will not be used for impulse, avoidance, or emotional rescue. Then notice what happens. Do you feel restless? Do you suddenly remember something you could buy? Does keeping a small surplus feel selfish, pointless, or dangerous? Don't argue with the feeling, and don't obey it automatically. Name it. This is unfamiliar stability. After 24 hours, decide deliberately what the money should do. It may join a reserve. It may support a known future obligation. It may remain protected longer. This is not a substitute for budgeting or professional financial guidance. It's a diagnostic. You are practicing arrival without collapse. Look back over the last few months and ask, what tends to happen when I get close? Do I delay receiving, create obligations, overwork, overspend, disappear, or give everything away? Be specific. Find the moment when the false finish line appears and pause there. You have a choice. You can return to familiar urgency, or you can practice the next layer of stewardship. Money is a pattern, not a person. It does not judge you, but it does reveal what you repeatedly practice. That is the money pattern, that is the mechanism, and that is your shift today. If you're ready to decode the full architecture of your financial life, explore my complete library at Desmarques.com. Money is a pattern. Awareness is the key.